Greetings, 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 greetings. I'm running out of breath, deep divers. I'm trying to see if I can say greetings forever. How you feeling today, deep divers? I hope your day is going good. I did promise you to go live because, like I always say, going live is the best. And I want to say a shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. We're in the gold room. And very beautiful day today. I hope you're taking care of yourself, deep divers. Like I always say, I don't waste any time when I do these lives. I go straight into it. And right now, we are living in a very, very powerful time. Very, very powerful time. Extremely powerful time. And if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation that you will manifest what you have been patiently waiting on. This is your confirmation that this year will be great for you. I want you to always embody an attitude of gratitude and remind yourself abundance and prosperity is coming your way. Shout out to everyone who's here. Let's raise the frequency. First and foremost, shout out to everyone who's been getting the #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart, on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. #1 best-selling book. Also, check out the Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And we're doing the fashion show in Miami. If you have what it takes, make sure you DM me on Instagram at @officialralphsmart. And of course, the latest book of 1111 Infinite Quotes. Go and check that masterpiece. Be inspired. Really the recipe of becoming your greatest version. So like I always say, deep divers, I hope everyone's day is going good. And this show is not my show, it's your show, right? I do these shows because I want to hear from you. I want to hear from everyone because I know a lot of you have a lot to tell me, right? So the world needs to hear this message before it's too late. We're going to dive into it. We got a whole lot to talk about. But first, let's raise the frequency. Can we do that? Can we? I think we need a magic song, deep divers. Let's raise the frequency.
I believe one day, I believe in the future, I believe in the past, I believe what you truly desire, you can bring to pass. All you need is a focus and a story to hold, and the faith that you can achieve what's inside your soul. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, either way, we're gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, either way, we're gonna get better. Know that you can make it. Hold it tight, cause they will try to take it. Keep it close, cause they will try to shake it. But whatever you do, don't let them break it. Cause each moment's just a new chance to take into your own hands and shape the life you see inside your dreams. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday we'll make it. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get better. In your heart there lives a dream for your soul to master. From the moment that you breathe, get to chasing after. Yeah. All that you want, all that you ever dreamed. You can make anything of this life. Someday we'll make it on by. days we only can someday try. We only try. No matter what people say, either way, we're gonna get someday. We'll make it on by. Someday, other days we only can try. Other days, no matter what people say, no matter what they say, we gonna get someday. We'll make it on by. Someday, other days we only can try. Other days, no matter what people say, either way we're gonna get better. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, we're gonna get someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, either way we're gonna get better.
We're gonna get better. Oh yeah, shout out to everyone who's here. Let me say a special shout out to Meditative Talks. You are appreciated. I appreciate your offering. Peace, Infinite Waters, and everyone. You're loved, appreciated, supported, protected, and of course guided. Hey, you are appreciated. I appreciate you. How's everybody feeling today? And like I say, deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. We just started introducing those beautiful, fresh tunes, deep divers. Also, hit that super chat, leave your question, your comment, your message. We got a lot to talk about, but like I always say, I always start the show off with gratitude. Because gratitude is the only reason I'm here. Without gratitude, there would be no Infinite Waters. You know, a lot of people always say, Ralph, gosh, I watched you when I was like 13 years old. How come you're still here? And I always tell people, it's not because of my grace, it's because of the universe's grace. Always remind yourself that not a leaf falls from a tree without the universe's permission. So remind yourself. We must always pay homage. We must always give thanks, because without gratitude, our life becomes meaningless. So I just want to say a thank you to the universe. I want to say a thank you to all the deep divers who have been supporting Infinite Waters, because I always say, without you, there would be no Infinite Waters. Without you, I'm talking to you in the live stream, because all the people who are here are the real deep divers. Without you, there would be no Infinite Water. So I want to say a thank you to all of you. And I want to tell you, you are appreciated. And, you know, I want to bring you this message, deep divers, how you're feeling today, right? So in that new video I made, you know, I put out a message. Anonymous, you are appreciated. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Anonymous, I appreciate that. Right? So in that video I made, The Matrix's dirty secret, right? I was just speaking about words to begin with, and we're going to get into the main topic of the video, but I just want to go over this because it's very important. You know, when you remind yourself, when we talk of becoming your greatest version, we've got to remind ourselves how powerful words are. Words are everything. Words are the building blocks of creating your own reality. And when you start to use the right words, you can start to create the right reality. There's a reason why I'm called Infinite Waters. It's not by accident. It's because water is the most powerful force on the planet. So when you align with that, you can't fail. Slow motion this side. And we've got to become mindful of the words we use, how we call ourselves. You know, I spoke about this phrase, good morning. You know, deep divers, what's up with this good morning stuff, right? Don't tell me good morning. Tell me grand rising, right? Because words are spells. And the English language is a spelling language. When a child goes to school, they learn how to spell. So when you remind yourself, you don't want to be casting spells which aren't going to help you. You know, you've got to remind yourself, when you're saying good morning, you're actually saying good death. And when you say grand rising, it's of a higher frequency, it's of a higher vibration, you feel better. And these are all the secrets to really becoming your greatest version, right? These are all the secrets. Words are powerful. Words are powerful. Words are powerful. And this is the reason why there are a lot of people out there who change their name. They go through an awakening and they have a name so long you can't even pronounce it. You can't even pronounce their name because their name has power in it. It's no longer just Jack and Jill and Tom and Ralph. No, it's a powerful name. Or Mary. No, it's a powerful name. And we've got to remind ourselves to name ourselves something that has meaning. So shout out to all of you. I hope your day is going good, deep divers. A message the world needs to hear before it's too late. We got a lot to talk about. And like I say, deep divers, I got to thank the one who put that in the comment section. You know, the comment section of the new video, they're like, Ralph, these are the messages, you know, talking about my new video. These are the messages the whole world needs to hear before it's too late. And I'm like, that's fantastic. You know, first and foremost, we've got to remind ourselves that we're in amazing times right now, phenomenal times right now. But you have to also remind yourself how the world got to this status in right now. You know, I'm a deep diver. You know, I've been diving deep for many, many, many years, you know, and I've been initiated in the deep diving school of knowledge, and I'm still learning. And the more you dive deep, you realize that there's so much a lot of people don't know about. First of all, let me tell you this. How the world is right now is exactly how it should be, because we've allowed it to be this way. And also, these two forces on the planet, one which is to uplift, one which is to destroy. You know, I speak of lower entities. I respect the inorganic ones. And the reason why I respect the inorganic ones is because they support each other. And this is the reason why they control the matrix. So when you have someone speaking truth to power, deep divers, you better give thanks. Because you see, what the inorganic ones know is brotherhood, is sticking together, is death before dishonor, supporting each other. And that's the reason why they're so powerful. That's why I say, I salute the inorganic ones, because they stick together. They work together. Right? So like I say, deep divers, remind yourself of that very powerful lesson. Even what you call negative in this world has support. Right? Think about that. Shout out to everyone who's here. Yasir no, you are appreciated. Respect, hey, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's here. So always remind yourself of that. Even negativity and so-called evil, no, they follow a whole order and they respect each other. Ever seen those movies of The Godfather and all of that? They have a whole code and they work together. And that's the reason why the brotherhood, the sisterhood is so strong. Starlight, you are so appreciated. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. You're most definitely appreciated. So like I always say, support the real, support people who are doing it, support the light workers. Support the light workers, support people who are on the front lines raising the frequency and vibration, because I always tell you, the negative energy on this planet gets all the support it needs. The inorganic ones, they support each other, they stick by each other, and we have to take a lesson out of their book, a leaf out of their book, to realize that's how you grow in power. You must support people who are doing it. Right? So always remind yourself of that. I'm not complaining about the state of the world. You know why? Because it's the way it is, because we've allowed it to be this way. You can support positivity or you can support negativity. Which one do you want to do? You can support positivity, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, or you can support negativity. Which one do you want? So like I always say, I got nothing to complain about the world. The world is beautiful because I'm supporting the positivity. I know where I'm at, right? And that's what it's always about, right? Get a Don DeMarco. Shout out to everyone who's here. You are most definitely appreciated. Let me shout out to the wonderful Matthew. You're most definitely appreciated. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Matthew Tamplin, you're most definitely appreciated. And shout out to everyone who's here. Hit that like button, deep dive, and share the video. Hit that like button, deep dive, and share the video. So the message the world needs to hear before it's too late. And like I say, I didn't even come up with that title, Deep Diver. Someone else did. That's the beauty of sharing videos, right? Someone put in the comment section, Ralph, your videos, these are the message the world needs to hear. Everybody needs to hear before it's too late. I'm like, oh, great. That's a great video title. Thanks so much. So I hope you're taking care of yourself, Deep Divers. And there's so much I've got to talk to you about. First and foremost, we've got to remind ourselves there's big energy shifts happening all over the world, big changes happening. And you have to really realize now is make or break. You see, the next year and the coming years, even the next few months, is all about you making the right choice for where you want to be in your life to become your greatest version. You see, a lot of people don't realize that when you are in alignment with your purpose, with what you came here to do, great things happen. The reason why I'm protected, because like I say, Deep Divers, go back to my videos 5 years ago. Now I was really going in, right? This is light, right? People say, gosh, Ralph, that was deep. I'm like, that's light. That's light, Deep Divers. That's nothing, right? And I've been able to be diving deep for over a decade, and I'm protected, blessed with abundance, love, prosperity, peace, and health, only because I'm in my divine mission, my purpose. And this is what the world needs to hear right now. You've got to make sure you're not messing around with your life. You've got to make sure you're not playing around, because it's make or break. Anna Garcis, you are so appreciated. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're most definitely appreciated. Wait a minute. I think I got a thank you for you. I think I got a message for you, Anna. Thank you so much. Uh-oh. Thank you so much. You're appreciated, Anna. Thank you so much. So right now is really the make or break year. And you want to make sure you are making the right choice right now. You see, right now is not time to get lost in the source. It's not time to follow a crowd who are going to take you off your path of where you need to be. Because you see, a greater manifestation happens for you when you are in your purpose. You see, you cannot manifest truly until you are in your true purpose. It won't happen. It can't happen. You might be manifesting a little bit, but not a lot. And that's why I told you, each and every one of you out there, you have something in your soul that you know you came here to do. Why aren't you doing it? Ralph, I'm afraid to do it. I don't want to be weird. You got to do it, because if you don't, you're never going to manifest what you can really manifest. And this is what the world needs to hear, because I see so many people who are still waiting, not realizing the trouble is you think you have time. David, you're most definitely appreciated. Shout out to David in the house. You're most definitely appreciated. God over everything. Wait a minute. That's a slow motion. Slow motion this side. And infinite waters for life. You know, I have an acronym for God. Right? I'll tell you that later. God over everything. Universe over everything. And infinite waters for life. Shout out to you. David, you're so appreciated. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And shout out to everyone who's here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here. Let me give you a round of applause right now. You are appreciated. Sarah, y'all B1, you are appreciated. I appreciate your channel, Ralph. It helps me to dive deep on another level. Continuous restoration. Love you, Ralph. Hey, I appreciate you. Wait a second. Sarah, I've got a gift for you. I got a gift for you. Thank you. Because without gratitude, I wouldn't be here. So, deep divers, the world needs to hear this message before it's too late. So, like I said, you might be manifesting a little bit, but it's only when you're really in the seat of your true purpose do you really start to manifest a whole lot. It happened for me. See, I met a man, an old man with a long beard, one day when I was younger. He said, one day you are going to be in the perfect place with a perfect family, perfect health, perfect abundance. And he said, continue to go on this path, young man, because I know you've got a good soul and I know one day you're going to help someone. That's what he told me many, many years ago. And the prophecy came true. But there were a lot of temptations along the way. And in this world, you see, in this world, it's so easy to get lost in the source. It's so easy to distract yourself. And I always tell you, focus on yourself. This is what the world needs to hear right now before it's too late. The only way out is in. The only way out is in. And the more that you focus on yourself, look at this wonderful goddess here. Focus on yourself every single day. You become powerful beyond measure. And that's the reason why I told you that by me being in the heart of nature every single day, I'm learning from Gaia. I'm learning from Mother Nature to say, hey, you don't need to watch the news. You don't need to watch bad news. You can actually just take time with yourself and really go within, because this is the foundation, the elixir of life. And this is what the world really needs to know. You see, you've got to remind yourself that it's on you right now. Because you see, we're in a world right now where you have choice. No one's forcing you to do anything. You're choosing it. And that's why I say, don't complain about the life you have, because you can change it. That's the good news. And I want each and every one of you to know, if you don't like your life right now, if you don't like your job, your boss sucks, you can change it. You can start doing what you love every single day, like me and the cat down the road. Deep divers. The world needs to hear this right now before it's too late. So one of the things I want to talk to you about as well, deep divers, is this rise in AI, artificial intelligence. So if you've noticed that there are songs by people like Drake and all of these people, which AI did, right? AI versions of like Drake songs, which are trending, and Eminem songs and Kanye West songs. And you've got to remind yourself that this is a cause for concern, because you see, the AI voice simulation is replacing your own voice. You know, it can do the intonations and all of these things. And we've got to remind ourselves that you don't want to get too comfortable, because I already hear a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, I prefer the AI voice over the real one. Right? And we're slowly seeing the creep of AI, ChatGPT. You know, a lot of people are interacting with this ChatGPT, all of these AI bots. And you have to be careful, because you see, a lot of people think it's all fun and games, but what you don't realize is a lot of people right now are losing touch of humanity. And this is what the world really needs to know before it's too late, because for a lot of people, it's already too late. You know, a lot of people have already made that choice, gone head first into that door of no return. And right now, you want to make sure every single day you're holding on to your humanity over this artificial insanity. I said, where are all the people at? Where are all the people at, deep divers? Where are all the people at? Have you noticed? Go into supermarkets in LA right here. Right? In LA right here. Go into supermarkets, Whole Foods, self-service, everywhere self-service. Right? Target self-service, everywhere. Walmart self-service, right? Go to Miami, same thing. Go to Germany, same thing. Go to Spain, same thing. Go to the UK, same thing. So in the West, you're seeing this rise of self-service machines everywhere. And this is a great cause for concern, because if you've noticed in the supermarkets, they got no one serving you at all. Right? Ever gone into a supermarket, deep divers, there's all the tills are closed and it's only two people by the self-service machines. You're like, what's going on? I just want to interact with a real person. They're like, sorry, go and use a self-service, do it yourself, talk to the machine. Right? So you got to remind yourself right now, we got to protect humans, because humans are an endangered species. Let me repeat that. Human beings are an endangered species. And it's up to us to protect humanity before it becomes a souvenir in a museum. That was deep, right? How you feeling today, deep divers? I woke up like this, all magical and fly, and I hope everyone's day is going good. Once again, deep divers, smash that like button, hit that super chat. Like I say, it's not my show, it's your show. I talk a lot in these videos, so you got something to tell me, let me know. Let me keep diving deep, because I'm just going to keep rolling, deep divers. I can see the chat. You got something to say, hit that super chat, we can talk about it. One of the things I want to talk to you about, deep divers, is a lot of people wake up right now and they're having a whole new reality. And sometimes it can be like, gosh, where is everyone else to it? So I can talk to them about it, right? And sometimes it can feel like it's just you by yourself, right? But the secret is there are so many people, millions of people all around the world waking up. I told you. I met a woman over the weekend, 42, she looked 19. She said, Infinite Waters, I watch your videos, I love them. And she said, I've got a daughter I said, what? I said, there's no way you got a daughter, because you look like 19 yourself. She said, yeah. I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, no. She said, yeah. I said, oh. I said, what on earth are you doing? She said, raising the frequency. Right? And this is the miracle that's happening right now. You're seeing so many people. And like I say, deep divers, we just started this show. Studio H, you're most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. Deep divers who are here, make sure you give thanks. Hit that super chat, share the video. If you want me to keep doing these lives, support the show, because that lets me know that to say, okay, yes, Ralph, I want to see you doing the live shows, because I'm always going to be doing daily videos, but I love to come live, right? And I know Studio H, I got to say a thank you to you, because you're always appreciating the show. You're always appreciating the show. And you're asking a great question right now. Shout out to Studio H. We can even go transparent right now. Right? Studio H, you are appreciated. Hi, Ralph. Can we create a balance with the inorganic ones? In what ways can we respect them and embrace negativity? I appreciate you so much. That's a great question. That's a great question. Studio H, you're making me really dive deep right now. I love that. Oh, yeah. That's a great question. How can we create a balance with the inorganic ones? In what ways can we respect them and embrace negativity? I appreciate you so much. That's a great question. You've got to remind yourself that the inorganic ones are disowned aspects of who you are, and you've got to remind yourself that you can respect them by realizing how they grow to control the matrix and everything in society right now, in terms of media, sports, all of these things. What you can respect in the inorganic ones is that they have unity. They have unity, they have cohesion, and they support each other. And this is the reason why the world is the way it is. Because you see, there's a force on the planet that seeks to uplift and a force that seeks to destroy. At the moment, the force that seeks to destroy has more support than the force that seeks to uplift. And what you can do is to support those who are uplifting the planet. And if you don't, then the world becomes like it is. Russia and Ukraine, all of these things happening, what's happening in Sudan, all kind of craziness, right? So you create balance with the inorganic ones when you are on your job raising the frequency, when you are a light worker. Because like I say, the inorganic ones are never going to take a day off. Their job is to make sure you are in a low frequency and a low vibration. That's their job. And right now, humanity is getting its ass whooped. You can't help but respect it. And there are people out there like myself and other people who are raising the frequency, and you can't help but respect that. And there is a great shift happening on the planet. Great shift happening. But it's only going to happen through unity. It's only going to happen through self-awareness. And this is the great news. The world needs to hear this right now before it's too late. So, I've spoken about how the world is becoming cashless, right? It's like a cashless society. Cashless society, right? And a lot of people no longer even use cash. A lot of people don't even carry cash anymore. Everything is digital. And that seems fantastic. Sometimes I say, hey, I don't have a wallet on me. This is great. I just have to tap my card and tap and tap and tap, and that's fantastic. But you see, there's a reason why your grandparents had money under the bed. They had money in the shoes, because you see, that was a security in case something happened. If you don't have a backup like that and everything is digital, you can get trapped, you can get blocked, you can get shut down, you can get denied, right? And this is a cause for concern. So you have to always remind yourself, resources are more powerful than digital things on a screen. Physical resources, gold, silver, all of these things. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's raising the frequency, everyone who's raising the frequency. Like I say, every half an hour, we're going to take a little break. And like I say, hit that super chat deep dive and share the video. Hit that like button, share the video, hit that super chat, and let's raise the frequency. Reading every single super chat, and I'm going to raise the frequency with this.
Wanna bathe myself in you. Wanna break my soul in two. 'Cause I would die to give what I take. Illusion.
Raising the frequency again. Shout out to everyone who's diving deep. So, right now, like I say, we're in a truly powerful time. One thing you have to realize, and this is a message for everybody in the world, you're going to have to realize that in the beginning, people might call you crazy. They might say, hey, you're thinking different from everybody else. What's going on? People might judge you. But as time goes on, we're going to see who's who. Like Nas said, in the end, we will all see who the prophet is, right? And this is how it is in life, in the world. You need time. I always say, give it time, and we're going to see who's who. We're going to see if what someone is doing is really about the blessings or not. Is what Infinite Water's doing really about the blessings? Absolutely. Why? Because the manifestation is flawless, impeccable, amazing. And this is only a confirmation I'm on the right path. And this is what you have to know, everybody out there. Greater manifestations can only unfold for you when you are on the right path. And until you are on the right path, it's never ever going to happen for you like it can. And this is so necessary. I don't have to worry at all. No fear, no worry, no anxiety, because I'm in the perfect place for the perfect blessing and manifestation. And this is what all of you must know every single day. I know a lot of you have a lot to say. I know a lot of you have a lot to talk about, but you're afraid. So you live a double life. And so long as you're living a double life, it's hard to be who you really are. I'm myself unapologetically. And this is what happens. When you are yourself, you get respect from angels and archangels and even inorganic ones. Even a cat down the road respects you. We respect people who are themselves, right? If you think about someone who you really respect deep dives, is someone who speaks their heart and mind. These are the people we gravitate towards. These are the people we say, oh my gosh, I'm inspired. And this is a calling for us all to be that. You must do that in your own life to say, you know what? I'm no longer going to sugarcoat it. I'm no longer going to suppress my emotions. I'm no longer going to hide who I am to the world. Who are you when no one's watching? This is who you have to be right now in the world. What? That's a slow motion. This is who you have to be in the world right now. Every single day. Be who you are when the world is not watching. And this is a big message for humanity, because you see, there's a lot of things as time goes on I can reveal to you. We take it one step at a time. You don't get in this position that I'm in without help. You don't get in this position that I'm in without protection. You don't get in this position that I'm in without initiation and rites of passage. And this is why I told you there's levels to this. It's not an accident that Infinite Waters is growing and growing. It's because it was written. And your life is also written for you. And you have to be bold enough to follow your calling today. You have to be strong enough to follow your calling today. You have to be strong enough to pick up the call, because like I say, in the end, we're going to see who's going to be the last one standing. I'll be the last one standing. Right? I've already gone through the the waves, right, of all of it. And I'm still here. And I'm always going to be here. And this is what I want for you as well. I want for you to realize you want to have longevity. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You don't want to be gone here today, gone tomorrow. You want to say, hey, I got 10 years in this. Talk to me nice. I got 5 years in this. I know what I'm talking about. Because when I look at people, I want to say, okay, how long have you been on this journey? I want to see the results. I want to see the receipts. I want to see the proof. If I see someone who's been diving deep for 10 years, 15 years, and I can see their whole journey, instantly I say, okay, this person, they've done the work. This person, they've paid the dues. They've paid their dues. They're not a fluke. They've been doing the work. And that's why I always tell you, take a look around at people. You know, if you watch someone's video, say, okay, when did they first start sharing videos? If you read someone's book, when did they first start writing? If you see someone doing that, when did they first start doing that? And what you're going to find is the people who are doing it on the highest level, they didn't just start yesterday. Ralph Smart didn't just start yesterday. A lot of people say, Ralph, you just started on YouTube yesterday. I just subscribed to your channel. They don't even know who Ralph Smart is. They don't even know the history of Infinite Waters. That's why I say, start from the first video. Go back to the archive. Start from 1 video, 2, 3, 4. Then you'll know what we're talking about. And your own life, you have this similar story. Deborah, you are most definitely appreciated. You just charged me up. Shout out to you. You just charged me up. You are appreciated. Deborah, you are appreciated. When we share with a pure heart, we truly receive. Sending my love to us all. The light is with us always. Thank you, Ralph, for your beautiful energy. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. And the world needs to hear this message before it's too late. Let's appreciate each other. Let's remind each other that in a world of 8 billion people, just imagine what would happen if we all loved and appreciated each other. That was powerful, right? And like I say, we're in a world right now where we have to take a leaf, even out of Inorganic One's book. And I've studied the inorganic ones. I got to do whole videos about it. We'll talk about that another date. But one thing I want to tell you is I had to learn about that. I had to learn about valuing your work, valuing who you are. I learned that from the inorganic ones. And what do I mean by this? I'm not a poor righteous teacher because I came here to live in abundance and to sit on the throne. And the inorganic ones taught me that. They taught me that human beings are selfish and greedy. They said, you see, most human beings don't appreciate anything unless they have to pay for it. That was a slow motion. And this is the reason why there is a lot of knowledge that is kept well away from a lot of people. And the reason is because people don't appreciate it. And this is what the world needs to know right now. If you want to go to the next level, you must place value on it. You must pay homage. You must show appreciation. Because it's not free. There's a cost. Knowledge is not free at all. You got to pay for it. And you can pay for it through gratitude, through appreciation. But if you're someone who says, hey, I don't care about that, it's going to be very hard for you. And that's the reason why I always thank my mentor till this day. Because without my mentor, there would be no infinite waters. Every day I give thanks to my mentor because he opened up the door for me. I give thanks to my mom as well because she also mentored me. So we must always remind ourselves, this is how we go to the next level. This is how the door is opened. And this is what you need to know right now. There are people who are working behind the scenes who can help you. There are people who are behind the scenes who are helping me. Many, many people. You'll be very surprised. They know who I am. They know what I do. They know I'm here to raise the frequency, and they're helping me. And it's only because of gratitude. So always take that away with you. You don't get anywhere with an ungrateful heart. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. You know, we're living in a world right now where a lot of people are starting to wake up. A lot of people, especially the Gen Z, they're here to shake it up. They're here to shake this stuff up. Everything up. And a lot of people, especially younger generation, a lot of them are very advanced souls coming back. Coming back because they know the world needs help. And they can see the world is in big trouble. Big trouble. If you're a part of this world, if you're a part of the fifth dimension, you're okay. But if you're a part of just a 3D, you're in big trouble. And that's the reason why with COVID, it was really an eye-opener, because a lot of people started to say, hey, I need to go off grid. And it forced a lot of people to spend time with themselves indoors. All of these things, right? But it's not over. And in fact, a lot of humanity is going to be in for a rude awakening. And this is the reason why I told you, prepare yourself for what's coming, because it's coming with a vengeance. And if you think you've seen something, you haven't seen anything yet. It's about to get ugly, brutal for a lot of people. It won't get ugly if you've done the work. It won't get ugly if you've already been preparing yourself and moving into a higher frequency and vibration. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video, and hit that super chat. Leave a message for Ralph Smart. I'm answering every single super chat. It can be displayed on the screen so many millions of people can see it in times to come. So hit that super chat, deep divers. And let's dive into it. So inner knowing, you're most definitely appreciated. You got something to say? Let's talk about it. Inner knowing has something to say. Shout out to you. What we have within is the real instrument, the real astral multidimensional technology that expands, evolves, and grows. We are the miracles. Oh my gosh. Wait a second. Wait a second. That was powerful. That was powerful. Absolutely. What we have within is the real instrument, the real astral multidimensional technology that expands, evolves, and grows. We are the miracles. Absolutely. 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 You are appreciated. Inner knowing, I appreciate you. Let me shout out to Donovan. Donovan, shout out to Donovan. You are appreciated. Oh yeah. Donovan Nicholas, you are appreciated. Nicholson, you are appreciated. Hello, Ralph. Thank you so much for your videos. You are doing an amazing job. Keep up the good work. We are all rooting for you. And like I say, I'm rooting for you too, Donovan, because it's never about me. You know, this is about the collective in raising the frequency. I'm just a vessel, and I'm only here as a messenger to give you a message. I was chosen to give you this message, but it's not about me, it's about the message. That was a slow motion, right? But that's the reason why this channel is called Infinite Waters. It's not called Ralph Smart. It's not about Ralph Smart. It's about Infinite Waters. We're diving deep. And water is the most powerful force on the planet. You're over 70% water. Water is the power. The greatest power on the planet is the water. You can't live without it. And I'm Infinite Waters, right? So we are Infinite Waters, not just me. We are collectively Infinite Waters. And I'm rooting for everybody. We're in powerful times right now. And one of the biggest revelations that's happening right now on the planet is a lot of people are feeling this derealization, this almost feeling like they're in the Truman Show. You know, I get a lot of messages from people like this. And also, a great piece of news is that this is a confirmation. Like I say, this is what the world needs to hear right now. That if you are someone who was able to see what was happening on the planet, and you trusted who you really are, you stuck to who you really are, your beliefs, your knowing, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. 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 Because you didn't bend, you didn't fold. You stood in your truth. Congratulations, deep divers. And like I told you, they might call you crazy now, but in times to come, they'll be asking for advice. They'll be saying, oh my gosh, how come you manifested a YouTube Gold Award? How come you're inspiring millions of people? How come? I thought you were crazy. But you got to remind yourself, deep divers, you got to get smart. Don't you know that nerds run the world? Let me repeat that. Don't you know that nerds run the world? Let me repeat it one more time. Don't you know that nerds run the world? Who's creating your technology that you're using right now? Nerds. Don't you realize that? Don't you realize that it's cool to be a nerd? Don't you realize that you want to get nerdy? You want to keep your nose in those books? You want to get the knowledge people don't have? So let people call you a nerd, because one day they're going to be working for you. You're going to be the CEO. They're going to be working for you. You're going to be living in the mansion, manifesting good, eating good, living good. And it's because you lived in your truth. You didn't change. And this is why we're seeing a whole shift. A lot of people right now, it's just a confirmation. This is a great time to be alive. Because you see, a lot of people we're seeing, you know, I've got a lot of people who I came up with, who were kind of diving deep. Who was diving deep when I was diving deep? Who's still here? Name some names, deep divers. Who was diving deep when Ralph Smart was diving deep? Who's still here? Name some names. In the meantime, let me shout out to Dan Pillar. You are appreciated. Thank you so much. You are appreciated. Thank you, Ralph, for everything you do for everyone. I'm doing my work, remembering and reflection of myself through experience. I have a lot to do. Forever a student in this. Absolutely. That's what we're here. We're students of the game. We are students of the game right now. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat. Everyone's in the chat. Right? So remind yourself it's okay to be nerdy. Remind yourself that in the end, we'll see. You know, like I say, when I first started sharing on YouTube, there were people, spirit science, Till Swan, right? We're still sharing. So if you see someone who's still sharing after all those years, you better realize they're a smart person. They're extremely smart, because it means that the gamble they took was the right gamble. It was a calculated risk. They believed in themselves. Not just anyone on YouTube. I'm not just talking about YouTube, but if someone in your local community, if you've seen them doing something for over 10 years and they're still doing it to this very day, you got to give them a round of applause, because that shows that they're doing something extremely powerful. Because if it's not powerful, it crumbles the first few months, right? A lot of people start something, then it crumbles because it's not in alignment with their true soul calling. It's not in alignment with what they're supposed to be doing. But if you've been doing it for over 10 years, you're an OG in the game. OG in the game. And we have to give respect to these people who have 10 years at least. 10 years in the game. You have to take your hat off to them to say, hey, I respect you because you've shown that you've been doing this for 10 years. That's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline, and you're still doing it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anybody I see on TikTok right now, if I see them in 10 years time doing the same videos, I got to say, you're amazing. I got to say, I'm subscribing to your TikTok channel right now. I'm saying, I'm subscribing to your TikTok channel right now, because that shows a lot of hard work. So that's why I want to tell you, deep divers, no matter what you're doing, if you are consistent and it's helping someone, congratulations. Remind yourself for the long game. Be in it for the long game. I don't play checkers, I play chess. You know, I play the great chess master. You know, I used to play in chess tournaments when I was younger. And, you know, I played the chess master Harriet Hunt. And this girl, because she was a girl, she was one of the best chess players in the world. She was in a room in a hotel in central London. We got chosen to play against her. She was in the middle of the room, playing against 30 people at the same time, walking around the room, remembering where every piece was on the board. And she beat every single one of us. Right? And when you remind yourself that there's levels to this, and each and every one of us has a gift. Her gift was to be a grand chess master. My gift is to inspire millions to become their greatest version. When you find your gift, great things happen. And this is the reason why we have to remind ourselves each and every one of us has a superpower. Each and every one of us has a superpower. We've got a special power. And you have to find something which makes you unique. You know, I told you that one of the traps in society, you know, the great Terence McKenna would say, culture is not your friend. You know, culture is not your friend. One of the traps in society is a trap of groupthink, to make everyone be the same. So this is the reason why if you go on TikTok, you have so many videos which are exactly the same. So many videos which are very similar. If you go on Instagram, you have many profile pages which are very similar. Even on YouTube, you have many videos, like you got iPhone reviews, and then you got another video doing the same thing. What is rare is uniqueness. And this is a game changer. If you are someone who is unique right now, you've won the lottery. Because a lot of people are so consumed trying to fit in. They're so busy trying to be like everyone else. It leaves a whole door wide open for you to stand out. And that's what our mentor said. He said, Ralph, you're very unique. All you have to do is honor your uniqueness, and I guarantee you, you will live in abundance forever. Mark my words, Ralph. Everything he said came true. He said, you will live in abundance and health forever. Because you are unique, hold on to that uniqueness. And I'm encouraging you, deep divers, to hold on to your uniqueness, because You don't want to be like everyone else. It's the people who are different who make a difference. Let me repeat that. It's the people who are different who make a difference. It's the people who are different who stand out. And these are the people who have then a league of their own. Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, a league of his own, because there's nobody quite like Ralph Smart. You can go and find them, but you won't find them. It's just not possible, because I'm a one of one, right? So, I buy antiques, right? I buy very beautiful, precious stones, right? I could have been an antique dealer, deep divers. So anytime I'm in the antique shop, I got a story for you. Let me shout out first and foremost to everybody who's here. Hit that like button, deep divers, share the video. Hit that like button, deep divers, share the video. And I'm reading every single super chat. Comment will be displayed on the screen. If you have a question you want me to talk about, address, you got something to tell me, hit that super chat. Let's talk about it. GVan365 in the 604. Hey. Oh yeah, you are appreciated. Love you, Ralph. Spreading your wise words on the talk and chew gradually. That's what it's about. That's why I say use this technology. TikTok is fantastic. I'm on TikTok, deep divers. I make videos. You can use these things, these platforms to spread a message. That's what GVan is doing. That's amazing. You are appreciated. Shout out to you. And you, and you. I like that. Lee Con, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. Lee Con the Great. Hey, you are appreciated. Let's keep beating to our own drum in a loving way. Absolutely. You are appreciated. Thank you so much for that, right? So when I would go into the antique shop, I said, gosh, why is this so expensive? And the woman said, because it's a one of one. There's no other one like it anywhere in the world. And this is why antiques grow higher in price. This is the reason why paintings, why the Mona Lisa is the most expensive painting in the world, nearly $1 billion, because it's a one of one. When you see artwork that's $500 million or $50 million, you say, why is that? The reason why is because it's a one of one. Someone realizes how precious it is because there is not another version of it available. That's a slow motion. That's a slow motion. That's the reason why, you hear people buying art pieces for $10 million. You're like, why would they do that? The reason why is because it's a one of one. And it holds value because the artist holds the great power in the world. The artist holds tremendous power. And when you remind yourself that you want to be creating a masterpiece, an original, not a copy, an original. This is what is going to be your saving grace. To be creating an original piece of work, an original is always worth more than a copy. And I'm so grateful that I didn't have a blueprint to follow. I didn't say, okay, I want to be like this person or that person. I just made it up as I went along with the cat down the road, deep divers. Right? So we're in powerful times right now. Powerful times, And you have to, in this day and time, you have to keep it real with yourself. It's so easy to jump ship and do what's trending, do what's popular. But you see, I've seen a lot of people come, I've seen a lot of people go. I've seen a lot of people who have just done things for clout, but in the end, it ended badly because they weren't doing what they came here to do. So don't be so mesmerized with the flashing lights and attention. It's not about attention. It's about what is the message that you're sharing. That's the biggest thing. We're in a powerful time right now, deep divers. And one of the things is we've got to remind ourselves to change the narrative. Change the narrative. There's a reason why I'm always in that high frequency, raising the frequency. I'm always spreading good energy, smiling in the video, smiling in the thumbnail. The reason why is because it's only about good energy right now. We don't need more screw faces. We don't need more bad attitudes. We need that good energy, because that's the only healing grace humanity has left to save the day. And you have to ask yourself, hey, did I smile today? You know, I meet some people who never smile, deep divers. I'm like, what's happening? When was the last time you cracked a smile? It's okay to smile, right? Why so serious, right? And you got to remind yourself that smiling is what's going to help you get through it. You got to remind yourself to become an alchemist. What is alchemy? The secret of alchemy is to become a transformer. The secret of alchemy is to make the best out of the worst and never allow external events to govern your internal condition. And right now we have to become alchemists. I know life's not perfect. Sometimes it's terrible. But how are you going to transform the energy? How are you going to show, hey, I made it. After all of that nonsense I went through, I came out on top with my chest out, looking 19. Oh, deep divers. Right? So you want to remind yourself of that every single day. We want to transform the energy. We want to remind ourselves, if you are affected with a lot of negative energy, make sure you do realize you can transform that energy around. Shout out to everyone who's here and everyone who's diving deep. You know, I love all of you deep divers. I really do love to see deep divers in live time. But like I say, deep divers, Sway the Airbender, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. That's it. Come in with the questions. Deep divers, once again, make sure you hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that super chat. Sway the Airbender, you are appreciated. How to focus and interpret books. Do you take notes? Do you finish books or hop to different books as you go, and how to tell it's legit? That's a great question. You know, I love to focus on books and read books, but like I say, I'm an author myself, so I write books. And I always say, how is this book helping me? It's not just about reading different books. You've got to ask yourself, who am I reading? Who the hell is the author? I want to know who wrote the book. What do they have for breakfast? Where do they live? What car do they drive? You got to find out who's writing these books. Anybody can make up a book, but who the hell is writing the book? And are they living what they're talking about? You see, it's easy to say a whole load of something that sounds good in a book. You can have ghostwriters who can write your book for you. What is more impressive is someone who writes a book, but you can see that their lifestyle is a reflection of what they're writing about. That's a whole nother level. You can see that their whole lifestyle is a reflection of what they're writing about in the books. So this is what you want to focus on. Focus on people who are living the life they're writing about in those books. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers, everybody who's diving deep. So we're in a powerful time right now, because we're in a time right now where a lot of people are having so much to focus on. You know, there's so much every single day, so much information, so many distractions, and it's hard sometimes just to ground yourself. And I'm here to encourage you to do just that every single day, to say, hey, let me not get lost in the source. Let me take some time with myself, because you see, a lot of people, there should be more infinite waters. There should be new people who are taking the world by storm, making consciousness go viral. 8 billion people on the planet. Why aren't there more people? Because to do this work, you have to be a mastermind. You have to be a genius. You have to be a one of one. And because of the hive mind on the planet, there's less individuals, there's more groupthink. That's the reason why you're not seeing people break through the ranks to become the superheroes that they came here to be. And this is the reason why you must give yourself that challenge to say, you know what? Let me be someone who can be cut from a different cloth. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be so different. People say, oh my gosh, she's weird. Oh my gosh, he's so weird. Don't you know that's how you create success? That's how you become extremely successful. I'm proof of that, deep divers, right? I'm proof of that. So always remind yourself, and this is the great paradox. All of those weird people that I watch on YouTube, all of them are manifesting big. I suppose that's the reason why I'm drawn to them. Everybody who's just trying to fit in and do what everyone else is doing, they're boring. So this is a message that, you know, to embrace your inner weird, to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to be who I am unapologetically. And that's what it's all about. Deep divers, top of the hour, let's take another raising the frequency break. Once again, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Let's raise the frequency. And we're going to do that. Can we get a blast off, please?
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're blasting off right now, deep divers. Let's go.
I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. It's a choice. So happy to manifest whatever you want, to be whatever you want. It's a choice. Freedom is a must. We have to become the spoon.
We have to become the spoon. Truth seer, you are appreciated. I appreciate you. Hi, Ralph. I feel like I've been asleep for so long and I'm only just waking up to a demolition site. I'm not even sure how to restart my life. Any advice? Thanks. That's a great question. Great question. Remind yourself that you want to take time to slow down, to speed up. You want to remind yourself that relaxation is what you are, stress is what you think you should be. So don't stress yourself out. Take one step at a time and make sure you know what you want. That's the biggest thing. Know what you want and then work towards it every single day, one step at a time. That's how to restart your life. Shout out to everyone who's here. So many wonderful deep divers. Let me say a special thank you to the wonderful Quantum Dynamic 8. Hey, Quantum Dynamic 8, you're most definitely appreciated. I appreciate you, Quantum Dynamic 8. Thank you so much. Thank you. Because without you, there would be no me. Without gratitude, none of us would exist. Deep divers. Quantum Dynamic 8, you are appreciated. Hey, Ralph. You are always in one consciousness with me. I was shocked today as I shared about getting out of the Matrix, Maya illusion simulation with my clients in a course, and you shared the same in the video. It happens every day. Soul family, thank you, love you. Hey, 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 hey. That's amazing. That's amazing. And it shows how in sync we are. It shows how connected we all are. And like I told you, Quantum Dynamic 8, I was walking around and I saw this woman who was like so there. She was so aligned. And she said she's 42. I said, no, that's impossible because she looked 19. And she was on the same frequency as me. And this is what's happening right now. So many people are reconnecting. You know, I always say your vibe attracts your tribe. And we are all one. This is the big thing. We are all one humanity. We're different versions of the whole, spread out across the whole world. There are many versions of us in different places in this planet, different countries. But we're all here to do the same thing. Raise the frequency. We're all here to do the same thing. Raise the vibration. And it's good to see that Quantum Dynamic 8, you're also helping people. You're also doing that because it's what's needed right now. You know, the Maya is coming to an end. The illusion is on its last legs. And you got to remind yourself, there was a time when this illusion was so powerful, it was so strong that everybody believed in it. Most of the world believed in it. Now, a lot of people are pulling away from it. A lot of people are piercing the veil of the illusion. A lot of people are now seeing through it. You see, this was never meant to happen. You were never supposed to see through it. Because the mere fact that you're seeing through it just shows the third eye is open. The first eye is open. And once you remind yourself your third eye has rods and cones, photoreceptors, just like your eyes. And this is the reason why for a long time they were saying, hey, your third eye is just nothing. It doesn't have any function in the body. No, they've always known that this third eye, the pineal gland, is the seat of the soul. Once you decalcify that, it's game over. Get the fluoride out of your water. Start eating to live. Juice up. Get the green juice. Burn that sage. Once you start doing that, you can see through it. And this is the reason why, as more people shifted to heal themselves and just to let go of all of that toxic vibes, all of the toxic vibes, the awakening started to happen in a greater way. And it's only going to increase for many more people. You know, I told the woman who I met that it's everyone's destiny to wake up. We're just the pioneers. That's a slow motion. That's a slow motion. It's everyone's destiny to wake up. It's just that everyone wakes up at a different time. There are people in your family who don't get you. And that's how it's supposed to be, because you don't know where you've come from. You don't know how many incarnations you've been to get to this one. You don't know how old your soul is. A lot of people are young souls just coming in. And you are an old soul in a young body, and you know better, you know better, you know better. And once you know better, you got to do better. That's the thing. Once you know better, you got to do better. And this is where we find ourselves. A lot of people are now knowing better. They're knowing that actually they don't want to live in a low frequency. They can't pretend anymore. You see, that's the thing. With this awakening, you can't pretend like you don't know what's happening. You can try and trick yourself and drink yourself to death and drink yourself and intoxicate yourself and, you know, smoke and do all of these things until you forget about it, but it's always going to catch up with you. And this is what happens. You know, you have to face to say, hey, I've graduated. I'm going to the next level and I got to face the music. And this is what's happening. You know, once you remind yourself, you can't go back. You can't go back. You can't say, hey, I want to go to the club every single night. Now it's time to elevate. Elevate, 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 right? Right? I got to play that song, Elevate, Elevate, Elevate. Right? Sakamatu, you are appreciated. You are most definitely appreciated. Thank you, Ralph, and gratitude. It has come to my attention that there are days missing in October 1582 on the iPhone calendar. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 16, 17 thoughts. Shout out to you. You are appreciated. Once you remind yourself that time is a man-made concept, that's the reason why they can put an hour, they can take away an hour. Who can do that, deep divers? How on earth can you take an hour? If time was real, you can't just say, hey, I'm going to remove an hour. Actually, I'm going to put an hour back. The Gregorian calendar is not the only calendar. You've got the Ethiopian calendar. You got to remind yourself that, like I told you, the new year is not actually January. It's not actually January 1st. The new year is actually March 1st. It's actually in March, it's springtime. Because that's when life is blossoming and blooming. That makes sense, right? A new year is in spring, right? Not in winter when everything is dying. But if you look at the words of the calendar, October is 8. November, Nove, that's 9. So why is it 11? December days is 10. Why is it 12? So you got to remind yourself that Roman emperors added months to the calendar, like Augustus added August. You know, these Roman emperors said, you know what? I'm so full of myself, I'm going to name a whole month after myself and nobody's going to do anything. Julius Caesar said, I'm going to name myself Julia, July, right? Julius, July. Augustus, August, named after Roman emperors. But you've got to remind yourself the oldest calendars were the lunar calendars, 30 days. Until this day, it's more accurate. But we're going to do a whole show about that. You're diving deep already. Hit that like button, deep dive, and share the video. Hit that like button, deep dive, and share the video, right? Share the video. Let's go into a dream world. We've got to remind ourselves right now. We've got to remind ourselves right now to realize that there's so many great things happening and we have to focus on that. One of the greatest things that's happening is you're seeing a lot of people leave their jobs which aren't serving them. Let's talk about that for a second. I know a lot of people have been writing to me saying, Ralph, I'm leaving my job I've been in for years because I don't want to do that. I want to start doing what I really love. And this is part of the great change. And that's what we're here to do. Because like I say, you didn't come here to be somewhere where you're unhappy. You came here to be somewhere where your soul is nourished, fed, and you feel worthy. Do you feel worthy where you are right now? That's the question. I feel so worthy. I'm doing a little samba, baby. Deep divers, I feel so worthy. I'm doing a little reggae. right? I feel so worthy. I'm doing a little samba, baby. Right? So we have to remind ourselves to feel worthy. You know, the truth is, everyone has work to do. We've all got a job to do. It's not about saying I don't want to have a job. You have a job to do. You got to be on your job. Your job is your life purpose, which you should be in every single day. And you have to find it, because it's what is going to keep you going. It's going to give you everything. You know, Viktor E. Frankl, the founder of logotherapy, who wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning, said, in those camps in Nazi Germany, the only thing that kept him going was his search for meaning. He said everyone else perished around him because they thought everything was random. They had no meaning for their life. He was the only one that survived who he was with, right? And it was only because he had a meaning, he had a purpose. And he was saying in his book how that's the most essential thing. You must have a meaning for your life. If you don't have that, it's going to be hard. So what is your meaning right now? This is what you have to find, because this is going to help you excel in every single area of your life. That's a Don DeMarco right now. Don DeMarco. Right? Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. I'm here to talk to you. Here to dive deep with you, here to answer every single question. Destiny, let me shout out to the wonderful Destiny. You are appreciated. Much love to you, Destiny. So happy to go live with you, Ralph. Much love from my heart to yours. Could you share your knowledge on Kemet? I feel so drawn to Egypt. Absolutely. You know, I've been to Egypt many times, and this channel is actually, the username is Kemet Prince 1, right? And Kemet is the name of Egypt, you know, and Kemet, Egypt is so powerful. When you go there and see the pyramids, when you realize that they still can't build the pyramids till this day, you realize that it was a civilization who was far, far more advanced than we are right now. They knew things that we don't know right now. They were able to tap into other dimensions. And I've done many videos on ancient Kemet or Egypt because they were also a matriarchal society. Women held the same position as men. You had women rulers, women queens. The man sat on the throne, the woman sat on the throne right beside him. That's a slow motion. And this is the reason why there was so much power, because men had a respect for women, women had a respect for men. In today's world, people don't have respect for each other. People are tricking, people are scamming, people are cheating, and there's no unity in the matrix between men and women. That's the reason why you've had the rise of the manosphere. People like Kevin Samuels kind of drop knowledge and all of these things, because it's just showing you that you can only have a civilization. No civilization can go further than its woman. No civilization can go further than the hand that rocks the cradle. And in Egypt, they honored the divine mother, Gaia. They honored the goddess. And that's the reason why it was such a powerful civilization, because they had gone past the ego of separation. And one of the things I learned in Egypt is that slaves didn't build the pyramids. Slaves didn't build the pyramids. Absolutely not. When you actually see it for yourself, you realize that highly intelligent beings created that. Highly intelligent beings. Some people might call them aliens, perhaps, because there's no way you can drag 2.3 million blocks aligned to Orion's belt. You need to be a genius. But when you realize about Egypt, people like John Anthony West, the Egyptologist, and all of these people, Robert Bouval, all of these people, you realize that there was weathering on the Sphinx. I told you. When I'm in Egypt, I went to Sudan, I went to Ethiopia, I went all over. North Africa, West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, been all over. But when I'm in Egypt and realizing, gosh, it's so hot and it's a desert. And the more you dive deeper, you realize that actually Egypt at that time of the pyramids, it was never ever a desert. It was actually a green Sahara, right? There are Harvard studies, Stanford studies on this, that thousands of years ago, over 10,000 years ago, the whole Sahara Desert was actually a lush tropical rainforest. So Egypt, Kemet, was a rainforest. It wasn't no desert. And that's the reason why you know, people don't even realize this. You have to do a whole lot of research to realize the Egypt you're seeing now is not the same Egypt which was. The Sphinx has weathering on it from erosion. It's been there. Some people even say 50,000 years, 100,000 years. So you're talking about eons ago. They left because they said human beings are crazy, right? But you got to remind yourself it's deeper. It's deeper than that, because I told you, the Pentagon has confirmed UFOs, right? Let's talk about this. The Pentagon has confirmed UFOs. You know, all of these UFO sightings, right, all over the world. I got people in Brazil sending me stuff, videos, UFOs. I've seen them myself, right? I know they exist. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen. If you've seen a UFO, just hit that super chat. If you've seen a UFO, deep divers, hit that like button. If you've seen a UFO, just say I've seen a UFO. Right? A lot of people have seen these UFOs. And like I told you, the reason why a lot of this information has been suppressed is because it would undermine the authority of who we think is in charge. When in actuality, the UFOs have always been in charge. They have technology that we don't even understand. When you remind yourself that I showed you that video of the UFOs going underwater, they're no longer just that UFO in the sky. No, they're dropping down into the ocean. This has been documented in California, all over the world, right? They've spotted these UFOs dropping down into the ocean. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating because this is the reason why they were telling you about this in the Men in Black. Go and watch. There's 2 films you got to watch, deep divers. The first one, Prometheus. Go and watch Prometheus. Ridley Scott was giving you some jewels and gems. He was telling you about human origins. Also watch Space Odyssey 2001, Stanley Kubrick. He was also giving you some jewels and gems. And a third one, go and watch Alien Covenant, because that's a very important film showing you that human beings have been, we think we're the only ones. Nothing could be further from the truth. We're surrounded by so many different life forms all over the universe, far more intelligent than what you see on this planet. And they have technology light years ahead. And it just humbles you to realize we've never ever been alone. And when you have this information, this is where it gets exciting. You know, Egypt was a connection to that. Ancient Egypt was a connection to that. And many people are now starting to wake up to it. How are you feeling today, deep divers, right? Destiny, you opened that question. We just went down the rabbit hole. How's everybody feeling today, right? So the world needs to hear this before it's too late. I want to talk to you on a very easy to understand level. For the longest time, you know, I've spoken about the Great Inversion. For the longest time, everything was in reverse. So what you would see is that people who did very bad stuff, they would be praised and rewarded. Even in artistry, in music, people who kind of promoted a bad lifestyle, they would be promoted like hell. But you see now, because of this great awakening, everything is getting reversed again to its proper order. In other words, we're making smart cool again. Because for the longest time, it was cool to be ignorant. It was cool just to say, hey, I just want to not know anything and be a buffoon. But now it's no longer cool. In fact, now people are listening to podcasts. There's a reason why Joe Rogan is one of the most watched podcasts in the world. People are listening 3 hours. Infinite Waters, people are watching my videos. I've got millions of videos, millions of minutes watched every single month. People are interested in the long form content because people want information. And this is only a sign of the times that actually we don't want 15 seconds. We want the real information. We want the real knowledge. Destiny, you are appreciated. Thank you. Once again, Destiny, thank you. I'm saying thank you from me to you. You know, this is all a confirmation that people are ready to listen. Because like I told you, everything is being reversed back to true order. Because there was a time when live streaming, having a show for 2 hours, that might be too long. Now, this is what people want. People actually prefer the longer videos than the shorter ones. Ever notice that, deep divers? People are like, hey, I got to watch this for 2 hours. Fantastic. That's amazing. Right? Ever listen to a juicy podcast for 2 hours? You're like, I don't want it to end. I just want it to keep going. This is what's happening right now on the planet. People are ready for the long information, the true information. And we're seeing a rise of that. You know, one of the biggest things is there are so many missing pieces of this jigsaw. And some of the missing pieces involve you. And this is what I want to talk to. I want to talk to you. You. I want to talk to you because you are the missing piece. And I'm encouraging you. If you have something inside of you that you need to get out, please get it out. If you have something inside of you that you need to say, please say it. If you have something inside of you that you need to do, I'm encouraging you to please do it. Because when you do it, you can shift mountains, you can move mountains. You are the missing piece. I'm doing my job. You got to be doing your job as well. And if everyone on this planet is in their mission and their purpose, the collective changes for the better. So I want you to remind yourself, deep divers, it's on you right now. You've got to take a look to say, hey, am I putting 100% in every single day to what I'm supposed to be doing? I told you, I took a gamble with Infinite Waters. I put everything on the table and said, hey, let me roll the dice and see if it works. And it did work. Thank goodness. Right? I put everything on the table and I said, it's going to work. It's got to work. It better work. And this is the spirit that can create greater manifestations for you. You got to say, hey, what am I waiting for? Don't you realize that we are in the greatest times ever? Everybody should have a website. Everybody should have a platform where they can speak freely about how they feel about the state of the planet and the world. Don't let this opportunity go. There are people who are chatting a whole lot of nonsense, but guess what? They value it enough to have their own platform to chat that nonsense. So you've got to say, wait a minute, I have all of these ideas, these creative ideas. Why aren't I creating a book, writing a book, having my own podcast show, I encourage people to do it. You know how many people, deep divers, who have listened to my videos, who have started their own videos? I don't want to name names, but a lot of people who are very big right now, they've been watching my videos over the years and they took my advice. I told them, start a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel. Make videos. And they're like, why? I said, make videos because I can see you can be something. And they did it. And today I see them. They talk to me. We talk to each other. And we're like, yes, you see, it worked out. So always remind yourself, the same day that you plant the seed is not the same day that you will eat the fruit. The same day that you plant the seed is not the same day that you will eat the fruit. And if you do see this as an opportunity, that's what I do. I say, hey, I'm going all in because I know that this has never, ever happened in this way. Never before have we been able in our generation to communicate with billions of people just like that. Never before have we been able to do it. So everybody should be celebrating, dancing to say, hey, you know what? I can put out a message to the world. I can do a live stream. I can share a message. Now, everyone is here to do totally different things, but make sure it's in your own style and signature. But do something. Don't allow this opportunity to go. I could have watched some Netflix right now, but I said no. Netflix is program TV. This is real. This is real. So we've got to remind ourselves, take this opportunity. Don't wait. And don't think that this opportunity is going to come again, because it's not. You only get one shot, one opportunity. Only one shot, one opportunity. Always remind yourself of that every single day. Every single day. How are you feeling today, deep divers? Shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's diving deep. What the world needs to hear. We're raising the frequency every single day. And, I've been leveling up, deep divers. Maria, let me shout out to Maria. You are appreciated. Shout out to you, Maria. Thank you. And Darlene, shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's here. So, like I say, this is an opportunity. And I'll be damned if I let it go. And when you wake up with this hunger to say, hey, we're living in the greatest times ever, you want to be in the middle of it. To say, hey, I was a part of it. And when you can do that, you can sleep well at night. I know so many people who have so much to say, but they don't say anything. Me, on the other hand, I open my big mouth. I open my big mouth and say everything. Deep divers, I also want to tell you, shout out to all of you. Shout out to everyone who's here. Because like I say, it's people like you who are the reason why the world is changing for the better. So once again, deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. And I'm gonna raise the frequency. Raise the frequency with this. Let's dance a bit, let's get a bit loose. Raising the frequency. Deep divers, let's raise the frequency. I want to say a thank you to Abness, who created this. My good brother who created this wonderful masterpiece. Let's raise the frequency. Once again, hit that super chat, share the video, hit that link button, share the video, and listen to this. Let's raise the frequency.
There's a call on humanity right now, and it's serious business. All around the world, you can feel it. The ascension is happening. The shift is kicking in. The conscious is getting higher and higher. You can feel the godliness. You can feel the power within. It's that time. Divine intervention. Divine intervention. A call for humanity to rise up to its power. Your power. Your power. Just rise up to your power. Just rise up to your power, to your power. 5D mind state. It's all about love. It's all about the people. It's all about you. It's all about me. It's all about we. And together, unity. And together, unity. Your power.
That was powerful. That was powerful. That was powerful. That was powerful. Start the story. Shout out to you. Hey there, Ralph. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Can you talk a bit about the green aliens and others you may know of and the differences? This is weird, I know. Shout out to you. Hey. You are most definitely appreciated. Thank you so much. We've got to remind ourselves, we've been seeing images of green aliens for a long time. You know, images of these aliens and, you know, them having these kind of cat eyes, you know, slanted, and that's probably not what aliens look like. You know, what aliens look like are probably cats. You know, probably cats are aliens, right? You've seen those memes, right? The cat down the road is no. You got to remind yourself that there are so many, not millions, billions of Earth-like planets. You have Kepler 186f. Kepler 22b. These are, you know, Earth-like planets, so similar. And you've got to remind yourself, the ancients already knew we've never ever been alone. And in fact, there's a whole story about how extraterrestrials came down to Earth, and these ETs actually became deified as messiahs and gods who would come again. That's a slow motion. That's a slow motion, right? And they had power, supreme power, because they had supreme technology from other planets and whole different makeup than what we have. At the same time, there's a reason why you have junk DNA. And this is why I always say, you may be the alien. You may be the alien. You may be so powerful that you're like Hancock, a god or a goddess in amnesia. Once you tap into that flow state, once you unlock the junk DNA, you can become superhuman. And there are people already on this planet who can do phenomenal things. And we say, how on earth can they do that? And it's because they're rewriting their whole genetic code, making it possible. And, you know, I always say we've got to be open-minded every day that we're not the only ones. We never were, we never will be. We've always had company. And you're going to start to see more talk and hear more talk of UFOs. Actually, you're going to see more of it. And you're going to see more contact. There's a reason why Elon Musk is going to space. All of them want to get out of here and go to space because they already know it's possible. So you got to open your eyes to see what's happening. Great question. Deep divers, we're diving deep. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's here. Like I always say, I just came here to give you a short message. And we're in powerful times. I'm so privileged, so thankful to connect with amazing deep divers every single day. And I'm always going to be doing that. And I want you deep divers to always say, hey, am I taking the opportunities? Because once again, this is your time to take that opportunity. Don't wait and say, hey, I'm going to do it next year. You got to do it right now. I want to say a thank you to everybody. Everybody in the chat, shout out to you. Much love to all of you. Once again, deep divers, go and check out that new video and be blown away. But this was a very powerful show, very powerful live stream, and I'll be doing more of these deep divers, right? So always turn on the notifications. I want everybody to hit that like button right now, share the video. Also, add me on Twitter at Infinite Waters. Add me on Twitter at Infinite Waters. Add me on Instagram at Ralph Smart. Okay, so once again, deep divers, powerful show. And I'll be back again. But like I say, if you just joined, because I know a lot of you just joined, go and listen to this again, because there were powerful jewels and gems dropped in this one. We're raising the frequency, deep divers. Let's raise the frequency. One love.